And action. Hey guys, it's Maria, and for some reason I decided to paint my nails right before recording this video, so they're still drying, and I don't know why I do things like this, because today's video requires me using my fingers a lot. I'm probably gonna mess it up. Maria, why don't you think? I also just realized I didn't put in all of my earrings, so I went to do that. And in the process, I messed up my nails. But it's okay, because it's a pink that you guys can't even see, so it's fine. You may also notice the pillow in the background disappeared. Don't worry about it. Today, I want to share with you guys my pin collection. Now, before you go and say, that's barely any pins, I know. Right now, I just have 2 canvases of pins, and I'm just gonna show each one of them and tell you guys a little bit about it. So I'm gonna stop rambling about my failed attempt to paint my nails and trying to describe what this video is about and actually get with the video. So I have 2 pin boards right here that I painted and filled with pins. And if you want to see how I made this pin board, it's really easy. I'll leave the link down below and you can just make your own pin board in no particular order, but slightly in order because, you know, as I got them, I just kept adding them on. We're gonna start with this one. I'm not gonna take it out right now because it's really hard to take out. It's not one of those pins that you just poke in and put the back thingy on it. It's one of those where you have to take the little needle and go through and then clip it. This butterfly pin was given to me by my grandma. She had this little box of jewelry that just had a bunch of random things in, like earrings, pins, necklaces, rings, all these cool things, and I would always love to go through them and look at what she had. These 2 actually were just in that box. I liked it so much that my grandma just gave it to me, and I've had it for a really long time, probably over 10 years. And here's a shout out to my grandma now because she only speaks Spanish and she can't understand what I'm saying. So, hola Tere, y me regalaste tú. Muchas gracias, te quiero mucho. This pin right here, it's a little Christmas basket. It was either kindergarten or 1st grade. We had this little Christmas concert back when I still lived in Ecuador, and we had to wear a Christmas pin on our little outfit. So my mom took me to the store. I liked this one, so I decided to get it. This pin right here is a cruise I went on. It was actually my 2nd cruise I went on. Funny story, the 1st cruise I ever went in was when I was in either 4th or 5th grade. That was about the time where I started to need glasses, but I still didn't know about it. I got my glasses in 5th grade, so I know it was somewhere in between. It was the Royal Caribbean, slightly bigger than the Carnival inspiration. Sadly, I didn't really get to enjoy it much because I couldn't see it very well. I could see the general shape of it, but once I was inside, it was like just a bunch of lights and colors and just bigness all over. I thought that there was a certain distance that the human eyes could see. So I thought that boat was just too big for my eyes to see and for my brain to fully understand. So I was like, well, that's cool. Like, we're on water, we're on a boat, but too bad we can't see it, right? Like, what's the point of going in something this big if we can't see it? No, I was wrong. It was just me. I was blind. But the 2nd time I went, I decided to get this pin, and by that time I was a freshman in high school, so I already had glasses and I was able to see it. Now, most of my Disney pins don't really have a story behind them except maybe a few of them. So here's a Disney pin that I got at Disneyland. It wasn't my first one or my last one, but it's just Belle. And whenever I go to Disneyland, I never really buy myself things. I'd always find things for my brother and my mom and get them something neat from Disneyland, but I would never buy myself things except a pin. That's all I would get. Catalina Island. It was just one of the destinations of the cruise. Universal Studios pin, just the time I went to Universal Studios, and it has a little hinge thing, which it's really fun to just... This one I just found at my elementary school on the floor, so I took it. Here's another Universal Studios pin from another time I went to Universal Studios. So this pin, and this pin were given to me by my friend Caitlin in 6th or 7th grade when she went to SeaWorld. This is a random pin. My mom just had it randomly. She got it from something somewhere. I don't really remember where. I don't remember. It was something very unimportant, so it just didn't stick in my brain. I just know she gave it to me because she knew I liked pins. So, another Disney pin. Now, this pin right here was given to me, I believe in 6th grade by my friend Manushri. And here are a couple more random pins, more than my grandma just had. These are just 2 little telephones and a shoe. No idea where she got them from, but now they're mine. You know, I have a lot more random pins than I thought. This one was another one my mom randomly got from a doctor or something and gave it to me. Here's a pin from the Walt Disney Family Museum that my brother and my mom went to once, and my brother got me a pin from there. This volunteer pin was given to me for volunteering. So my dad is part of this astronomy club, and every year they have this little camping trip they do where they go out camping, and then they have this event for people where they show off their telescopes. Well, they don't show off the telescopes, but they show off things in the sky with their telescopes. So a couple years ago, my dad took us all this little camping trip, and they gave us all these volunteer pins so we would know who was a volunteer. Speaking of this astronomy club, they have meetings like every month and they do different events. So once in a while my dad gets these different pins that he gives to me. Like this one right here is 2012 Venus Transit. This one right here is Apollo 11, their 50-year anniversary. I really like this one. It's really nice. And this one right here is the Great American Eclipse, August 21st, 2017. Okay, so I have a lot more pins than I thought. This one right here I got in 7th grade. It was for being in orchestra when we went to Disneyland. I was really excited to get one the year after, and every time I would go with my school, but that was the only year they gave us a pin. This one right here is actually my most recent pin. I got it from this one place in Sacramento. It was just a little gift shop that had over 1,000 random pins, and it was pin paradise for me. So many pins. Oh my gosh, I wish I had that many pins. Guys, if you have any pins that you don't want, please send them to me. Like, I would love to have your pins. My P.O. box will be in the description. So, if you have any extra pins you don't want, first of all, it had the flag of the United States, which I'm a citizen here and is where I live. And they had the flag of Ecuador, which is where I was born and I'm also a citizen. So it was the perfect pin. It was like, it's me, so I had to get it. This one is from Las Vegas. I got it when I went to Las Vegas, obviously. Princess Jasmine. Tinkerbell, I believe she was my first Disney pin. Then the Little Mermaid, which is one of my favorite Disney pins. It's just so pretty. I really like it. And Bambi. These two right here aren't really pins. They're just earrings that I've lost. The Palomar Observatory. You can tell it has something to do with my dad because it's astronomy. These two are some other random pins that I have from when my boyfriend went to TwitchCon. This Disney pin does have a story, actually. I found it in Disneyland on the floor. Although it's not my favorite one, what I'm planning to do is at some point whenever I go to Disneyland again is take it and just trade it with one of the cast members for a pin that I actually like. This one right here, 2010 years Berlin. My aunt gave it to me. This one, Phantom of the Opera. This is another one that I just found on the floor. This one. It says I'm surrounded by idiots. Found it on my high school floor, which was perfect. Label me a Jesus freak. This was a gift from my boyfriend's sister. This one right here is from when I was in color guard. I used to have a life, then I joined color guard, which is true because it was so much work. It was great. I loved being in it, but it also meant you had no other life outside of color guard. Unicorns are pretty sweet. Honestly, guys, I have no idea where I got this one. Now this one, chillin'. The penguin one, I got Hot Topic. These 3 honor roll pins are from my elementary school. My thespian pin, because I am a thespian. I was in theater in high school. This one has to be my favorite pin because it's my logo. It's the channel logo. I designed it and I made a bunch of them. So if you want to get your own cherry blossom pin, check out my Etsy store. I still have a bunch on there. You can be part of the little cherry blossom family. Link will be down below. Red Nose Day. believe it was for cancer awareness. This pin I got from Arizona, and I went 2 summers ago with my boyfriend. These two were a set. I didn't get these my brother actually got, and he had them for a while, but he just didn't really want them anymore. So he asked me if I wanted them, and I said yes. Yes, give me your pins. I love pins. This next pin, it's not the Little Mermaid, but it's just a mermaid. I got from an aquarium. I went with my family once in Los Angeles. There was this lady in my neighborhood that I would help her out, sometimes watching her dog, taking her dog out for walks. And once she asked me if I could organize and untangle her jewelry because she had boxes and boxes full of jewelry, and she said if I wanted to take anything to just take it. So I didn't really find anything that I liked, but I did find these 2 pins, and I decided to add them to my pin board. This I got when I went with my family to Yosemite. I was actually turning 21 during that trip. My aunt had actually got me another Yosemite pin, which is so much cooler. I love it so much. But now I have 2 Yosemite pins. Actually, 8 Yosemite pins. These right here were all from a pack that my dad got me for my birthday also. This Solvang one and the Santa Barbara I got in the same trip as the Yosemite ones. This, some of you might recognize. Well, it's just a 20-sided dice, but it is used in D&D. I played D&D for a few months with a couple friends. I was on Etsy, and it was like 7 a.m. in the morning, and I was just tired, and I decided it'd be a great idea to just get a pin. So I did. This pin I got from Wish. It is Snowballs from Rick and Morty. It's Mickey and Minnie pin. My mom got it for me when she went to Disneyland once with her friend. This Carcassonne pin is from a castle I went to when I went to France. Ecuador. Of course, it's my country. It's where I was born. I love it so much. This one is the flag of Quito, which is the city where I was born, and it's super cute and I love it. This other flag right here is from Guayaquil, which is another city in Ecuador that I visited. Now for the Tangled pin. Tangled is my favorite Disney movie, and Rapunzel is my favorite Disney princess. This one right here is the pin from the school I go to, but I'm gonna blur it out because I don't want you guys to know what college I go to right now. This pin is from the San Francisco Zoo, another Disney pin. Also, these 2 right here were a set that my boyfriend got for me. Thank you, Chris. This is a NASA pin. Here is my Paris pin from the first time I went to Paris, my junior year of high school. Almost done, guys. Just hang in there. Just a few more pins. Aquarium of the Bay, also in San Francisco. This is a pin that I got most recently. It is a pin of university my brother attends. Also blurred out because privacy. This San Francisco pin is really cool, but it's not the style that I like. This one is just very... I just dropped it under the couch. Same with the Sacramento pin, but at least they both go together. This one I got in Scotland, and it is the Scotland flag of today and how the Scotland flag used to look like. And last one, this one I got from summer trip when I visited my uncle and my aunt in Scotland. It is from his university. This one doesn't really say the name of it, so it's fine to show, plus he's already graduating. Totally forgot to mention my California pin. Alright guys, that is all for today's video. Thank you for sitting through all of my pin collection. Let me know which pin was your favorite. Obviously, my favorite pin is my cherry blossom pin. Love you guys. Thank you for always watching my videos. And if you want to support me a little bit more, click the link in the description to see my Etsy store and get yourself a little cherry blossom pin. And I also like my mermaid pin because I love mermaids. They're just so beautiful. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And thank you for watching. Stay safe, everyone. Bye!